Good morning. I literally woke up, what, like 2 hours ago? I don't know. I just woke up and I was just like, I want to do a video, story time video for you guys. Just to give you an update of, my life, things that happened. I know it's been like a whole minute since I put a video up, but it's all about having the perfect lighting. I mean, some people don't care. They just want you to put a video up, but I feel like I'm trying to have, you know, I want to have a good fan base, but I want it to be based off of my creativity, my, just basically, making a video good for you. And I just don't want to sell you some bullshit. And then you just be like, girl, she recorded this shit downtown next to a bum. So, I just wanted to, put everything out there. I do, things are not really up to speed where I want it to be at this moment, but I am going to be sending for my diva light, my background stand, and my background photo, well, not photo but background, like different color shit. I'm gonna be getting that so it could be a little bit more, cuter and stuff. It's a while for people to really get on their feet, especially when you're not like out there as a YouTuber. But I have confidence and I know I'm going to get there real soon with the help of you guys. So yeah, I want to do a story time, and the story time that I wanted to do was the time that I got cheated on. Bruh. Being cheated on is not fun, it's not cool, especially when you're a woman, because you have all these different emotions. You got like all these different emotions coming out of you. You're just like, what the fuck? Like me? But at the end of the day, when all is said and done, you're not the only person. I'm not the only person. Nobody's the only person that's ever been cheated on. Like, you're gonna get cheated on in your life. You're gonna have to, get used to it, or, I mean, it's life. It happens. Even when you could be the sweetest, most innocent person in the world. I'm not saying it's me though, and I'm not saying it up. You get the picture. So, the story time that I got cheated on is basically, I mean, it's funny in a way, but he's a bum now, so it don't matter. But basically, this happened a couple years ago. I was, pretty much on my own at that point. Like, I was not with the father of my son. We were bumping heads, and we had to leave our home at the time. So we literally just, drifted apart because I wasn't about to chase, something that wasn't about to give me, you know, a benefit. Like, I want to give my son purpose. I want to give my son a life that he deserves, and I'm not going to sit around and follow somebody that's a bum. So, we basically had went our own ways, and it was just like, I stumbled upon this guy. We're going to call him Sam because, yeah. And pretty much, you could really see I was blinded by love. Like, I really didn't, there was a bunch of red flags that I really didn't pay attention to. I should have, but I didn't. But it was just like, like I said, it's a wake-up call. But, in the future, when you go through different situations, you know how to see things, you know what the red flags are. You're just that bitch that nobody could play with at that point. So pretty much, we got involved in everything, and I didn't really think nothing of it. I felt like he was a cool guy and things like that. And I really didn't have a place to go. So I, basically was just like, oh, stay here. But, I basically had got more information about, his ex-girlfriend, DK, that she was, young. Basically, she needed to be in the house playing with her Bratz dolls. She didn't need to be, getting dicked. Pretty much. So, his family explained to me, their partner situation, the things that she did. And I was just like, oh. But I was just like, oh, everything was just like weird and stuff. So, everything was good. Everything was, rocking the way it should be. And then there's this one night where, it was like a summer night, and then I'm just chilling in the room, doing me on my phone. And he's like in and out the house. In and out the house, just like, losing his mind. So I guess he had came back and he went to the bathroom and he's on the phone and he's like, oh, tell her to stop calling me. I don't want her calling me no more. I want nothing to do with her. And I'm, you know, any other regular girl's like, yeah, you know, he's telling the other bitch, this bitch that, you know, beasted him, that she don't want to be with him no more. Anyway, so, you know, when you a girl and you're vulnerable, it's just like, oh yeah, hey, I'm number one. Bruh. So it was just like, all right. I felt like, you know, it was kind of like a compliment in my way because it was like, oh, he's, you know, shutting down his other life so he could be with me. But it was not all Skittles and rainbows. It was just like fucked up, the whole thing. So pretty much everything was going smooth from there. And like little by little, like as the days go on, I get more information about this girl. You know, it goes from an ex-girlfriend to, oh, her parents don't want nothing, you know, nothing to do with him. They don't want him around their daughter. You know, it went from, you know, that to, oh, she be talking to other boys in school, that, you know. And then this one particular night where we had gotten into a big argument, and he was basically telling me that, oh, you know, what if I told you that I was taking care of somebody financially? And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? What do you mean you're taking care of somebody financially? Like, you bought them a house, you know, you're paying their rent. Is this some fucking Good Deeds movie from Tyler Perry? Like, what's going on? So he basically was just like, the girl that her parents didn't want nothing to do with him, he was still seeing her. And I was just like, what the fuck? And, you know, he didn't tell me specifically, oh yeah, I'm still dicking her, I'm doing it. He didn't even say that. It was all, I'm taking care of her financially. Nigga, if you're taking care of her financially, she has to give you something to get that financially back. I'm not stupid. So at the same time, when you know, a lot of women won't agree with me, but there's not one woman in the world that shuts down a red flag and keep on moving because they want to be happy or they don't want to be alone. So miss me with the bullshit, because I know there's plenty of bitches out there. So I was just like, you know, well, that's your money. Like, I really didn't give a fuck. It was just like, yo, I'm not married to you, for what I'm saying. I was in between the middle of I want to be with him and I need a place to stay real quick. You know, it was like a little bit of in between kind of shit. So, you know, I couldn't really put it out there because then your ass get kicked out. So pretty much it was just like the days had went by and he was just like, oh, I only care about you and this and that. But the biggest problem that he would do was he would literally always want to play victim. Like, everything was him, or, oh, you don't understand where I'm coming from. And I'm like, nigga, you don't understand where I'm coming from. Like, you literally are messing with a girl that her parents don't want nothing to do with her. And then to top it all off, guys, he had told me that night that, oh, she might be pregnant. Really? And I'm just like, when did this happen? Because, mind you, we've been together, but I guess he was with her and everything, and she had got pregnant some way, and then I guess it's when he met me. But when it comes down to it, I don't know you from a can of paint. Protection is all we need. I don't give a fuck if it don't feel right. I don't care. I'm not going to be stuck with no diseases. I'm not going to be stuck with a baby that I don't want with you. Like, I wasn't really about that life. And plus, I had a child to take care of. So, I always protected myself. But to hear that, you know, she could be pregnant, it's just like, yo, her age, her parents, like, you could really go to jail. And it's not even about me and you. It's about you as a person. Like, when you're in a relationship and you do something to yourself, it's just like, you know, you got to worry about yourself. Like, I'm not about to sit here and worry about our relationship. You should get your life together as a man and stop worrying about little girls. Like, I don't understand how you can be a certain age and be chasing little girls. Like, there's a bunch of women all over the world. Like, what attracts men to young girls, I do not understand. But guess what? Your ass will be behind bars if you do. All right? Older pussy is good as younger pussy. But when it comes down to it, oh, I want something tighter. Wouldn't you want something more experienced? Why the fuck would you want some vagina? You basically gotta fuck her all night. Why don't you get you an experienced person? But you know, people just retarded. So basically we were together one night and we were just chilling or whatever, and he, you know, he was, you know, a smoker, so he was just like, oh, I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna get this, I want to smoke, da da da. So I'm like, all right, cool. So he had left for about 20 minutes and I didn't know where he was at, you know. And then I called him, oh, I'm still waiting on this guy. And then he comes back in 20 minutes later. He has nothing on him. So I'm like, what the fuck were you doing? And he was like, oh, I'm just waiting for him. And then he looked at his phone and then he got up and he went out. He's just like, oh, I'm gonna go out to you know, see where he's at. So mind you, we literally had intercourse like maybe 20 minutes before this had happened. And I just, you know, I had got up and I just felt a little, you know, weird. I was just like, you know, what could he be doing? So I had got up and I go to, you know, something just tells me to go to the living room just to see what's going on. So I go to the living room and I'm like, I literally was looking out the window just like that because I could not imagine what I was looking at. Like, you're over here telling me you're gonna go get something to smoke, and then I see you kissing a girl, and literally I went out to the front door. He opens the door. I'm like, seriously? He looks at me like, oh shit, like what the fuck? So yo, this bitch vanished like some motherfucking magician shit. I literally went out to go look for the girl. Like, I was up and down, we're gonna call that street Herald Street, and I was literally walking up and down the block trying to figure out where the fuck she vanished to. Like, this was some leprechaun, this fucking leprechaun out the hood shit. Like, I didn't even know where she went to, where she floated to, where she flew to. I didn't know. So I come back and I'm just like, yeah, you know, just, you know, what the fuck kind of shit. I was just like so upset because I'm just like, yo, you literally just got finished fucking me and you're outside kissing some random. I was just like, yo, so, and I was on some shit like, you was gonna come back in the house and lay it with me after some shit like that. My nigga, men are dogs. Not all of them, you know what I'm saying? But there's always somebody in your camp to make you, you know, do certain things. That's why, you know, it's just like, why? You know, I was a little bit embarrassed because I was just like, how did I not see this coming? And come to find out, it was actually the same girl that he was, you know, messing with. And then, you know, we pretty much, you know, ended it after that. I wasn't about to get, you know, I wasn't about to get used like that. Like, I'm a single mother, I'm struggling, as you can see, and then you're going to sit here and top it off with all of this. Like, it was just ass. It was horrible. But it taught me a good lesson to, you know, look out for the signs, look out for the red flags, because sometimes you're so blinded by love and you're so blinded by what a guy could do for you or the good things that he does, and you just step over the red flags until it's like too late. And you know, I'm in a healthier relationship right now. He's sleeping with his bitch ass. And, you know, we have our ups and downs as a relationship because no relationship is perfect. But we have our ups and downs just like every other relationship. But I've known to put myself first and my needs and wants first. You know, things got a little bit better after I met my boyfriend that I am with right now. It's just, you know, I take things day by day and I try to put, you know, I try to make sure that I look out for myself because I don't ever want my son to see me crying, see me depressed, see me arguing with somebody. I don't ever want him to see that because, you know, I remember shit when I was like 2 years old. So I'm pretty sure that when he gets older, he's going to remember, you know, patches from his, you know, childhood. And I want to raise my son in a good environment, but at the same time, there's nothing wrong with being happy, especially if you're a single mother. If you want to be happy, be happy. If you don't want to be with you because you have a baby, fuck him. That experience was just so booty. And I really hope I never have to go through that shit again because it's not cool. And that was my first time actually seeing somebody cheat on me. My first time. And I was just like stunned because and I never had got cheated on, you know, ever. And most people would be like, how many boyfriends? And it's like, yo, I don't be around the world if I'm in a committed relationship with someone, it's not, you know, I think there's a big difference between being in a relationship with different people. But it's like, let's say you're in a relationship with this guy for 3 months, you're committed, and then y'all break up, and then you get in. That's not saying you're a hoe. You were in a relationship. If you fucked like 6 guys in 6 days, then that's something different. But in my opinion, you know, it was really hurtful because it was like, damn. But it kind of didn't really affect me a lot because I really didn't have that, you know, I really wasn't wrapped around his finger in that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't really, you know, oh my God, I'm obsessed. It wasn't like that. It was just like, me and you are together, and we wasn't together for that long. So I really didn't have that feeling to be like, oh yeah, let me stay with him because, yeah, fuck that. I mean, and the funniest part about it was that the bitch was bald headed as hell. Like, bitch was like in fucking what, 8th grade or some shit, 9th grade, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, new growth coming out. Like, girl, it was just like crazy because when you find out, it's like, if you're gonna cheat on somebody that's better than me. You need to find somebody that's upscale. Like, I think that is real. I think that is real hurtful when you do things like that. But like I said, learning experience for me. And all I can really say is, like, watch out for those signs, because if there's a sign there, you know, you need to follow it because you don't want to get your heart broken. So yeah, that's pretty much for my, you know, he cheated, now what, you know. So tomorrow I will be doing a wash and go tutorial for my hair because I know that it's summertime, and I know that, you know, it's gonna be hot this summer, and you know, most girls want to wet their hair. So I'm gonna do my own little wash and go, you know, with the curls and shit. I'm gonna do that tomorrow just to, you know, show you guys how I do it, show you the products that I use. One thing I will tell you is when I do my wash and go, it's gonna be without no diffuser, because I noticed that when I didn't use the diffuser, it actually poofed up on its own. It gave it self volume, and I didn't really need the diffuser because the diffuser would have made my hair really broomy and nappy. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to, you know, let you guys know my first time I got cheated on because it was really fun. But yeah, I'm about to go wake up my boyfriend because I want to watch Orange Is the New Black, despite the fact that it's kind of ass. Like, I'm so used to everything being in order, and now that everybody's running to prison, it's just like, yo, you know what I'm saying? And I need to get back and watch it because I'm trying to figure out who the hell kicked Daya in the head and took the gun from her, truthfully. But yeah, I'll see you guys. Bye.